Everybody, Mark Haraguchi again, Wealth Without Wall Street, here to answer another question that comes in. Very frequent one, very common one, but it's infinite banking loan restrictions. Are there any restrictions on what I can and can't take a loan for? Right? If you've been listening to our podcast, watching our YouTube videos, being involved in our inner circle and our community, you know that one of the hallmarks and the foundational pieces is this infinite banking concept, using this properly designed and structured dividend paying mutual whole life insurance policy. We're going to store our cash inside of it. It's going to be a safe, secure place for it to grow with a guaranteed growth rate, but yet we can borrow against it when the time is appropriate, when we see opportunities, when we see needs in our lives. And so the question usually comes up is, well, what can I actually take a loan out for? I've been saving money into this system. Maybe I haven't taken a loan out yet, or I've got a new idea that I want to exercise a loan for. And so what actually can I take a loan out for? So let's go ahead and I'll share my screen right now. And one of those questions is, so the restriction on what I can borrow it for, well, why don't I start off with what are the questions they're going to ask you? So when you set this system up with one of us, we've helped you, we've heard your questions, your concerns, we've designed this specifically for you. You've been storing your cash in it, and now we're ready to exercise that first loan. So we're going to contact the life insurance company. And if you've worked with me, you already know the answer to this. They're going to ask you two questions in order to get this loan going. The very first question: how much do you want? How much do you want to borrow? How much do we exercise this loan for? Because that answer that you give them, they're going to go look at your cash value pot, and they're going to make sure that you have enough collateral to actually facilitate that loan. So how much? The next question they're going to ask you: where do you want us to send the money? Would you like us to put it in the mail? If you want to roll the dice with the Postal Service, be my guest. This is the one time that I actually will share a piece of advice that I would give to you is tell them that you want it ACH'd. Let's do an automatic transfer to an account of record. Okay. So how much do you want and where do you want us to send it? That's it. That's the only questions you're going to get. You notice they're not asking you, what is this for? How do you plan on repaying it? Let's see your W-2, your 1099, your bank statements, your last 2 tax years. Tell me about this in this thing you're going to put your money in. How do you plan on? They don't care, because they're using your life insurance policy, the cash value within it, the equity or the collateral that you've built. That is the backstop for the loan. That's why the loan is so simple. Imagine me, I come up to you and I say, hey, can you hold $10,000 for me? So you go and hold 10,000 of my dollars and you say, absolutely, I'd be happy to hold that for you, Mark. And then maybe a week later, I come back to you and I have a question now. And I say, hey, can you loan me $8,000? Would you have any problem loaning me $8,000? Would you care what I was asking the loan for? Would you care about the repayment? What's it for? How am I going to use it? What's everything that's happening in my world? You don't. Why? Because you've got the collateral. Okay, so now that we've got that squared away, now we can start to see the door really is open for what we're going to borrow this money for. What are we going to go do with it? I'll give you some examples of what people have used it for. And from that, you're going to be able to see that there really are no restrictions. Now, obviously, don't go do something nefarious with it. Don't go buy illegal things. That's not what we're talking about here. But people have used this system, like myself, Russ, Joey, JD, Ernie, all of our clients. Cars. Vacation. I'm currently using it for a wedding. How about a deck? Maybe a home remodel. One of our clients had an HVAC go out in one of their short-term rentals. Boom. Let's go ahead and exercise a policy loan. Let's go get that squared away, and then we can move about our lives. investments, right? So people doing long-term rentals, people doing short-term rentals, people doing land. Maybe we're doing ATMs. Maybe we're looking into some carbon capture. The sky is the limit, folks. Nelson Nash, in his book, Becoming Your Own Banker, said that the infinite banking concept is infinite. The opportunities and the ideas abound. This is a mental exercise for you to get creative. How can you make this system work for you? How can we make this be a benefit to us, our children, our grandchildren, and the generations to come? So again, going back to our original question, infinite banking loan restrictions. Well, as long as you can answer those first two questions, you can exercise the loan and do whatever you need to do. So if this has been helpful, this has been something to help you jog your mind or even get some of those creative juices flowing, that's awesome. Super thankful for that. And if we can be of further assistance, then by all means, go ahead and scan this QR code for me. Let's set up a 15-minute call. Let's see what's happening in your world. Is there a way that we can help you get towards your vision of financial freedom? And if there is, let's go ahead and take that next step. So I'm Mark Haraguchi, Wealth Without Wall Street. Have an amazing day.